Hey, what up, legends? How's it going? My name is Kiwi and Bacon, and today, Blizzard graced us with fantastic news. They're going to implement nerfs on 5 cards today, which means that the ladder might as well change drastically in the next few days, and that is quite interesting. For those of you who are new to Hearthstone, we usually do not see updates this soon in the set. It's usually a month to 2 months in, so I'm glad that Blizzard took it upon them to do this as fast as this one, and they were looking for feedback on that, so let me know what you guys think. And I believe that personally this has been the best nerf in the history of Hearthstone as far as timing goes so far. Now, before we actually get to the individual nerfs, the reasoning behind them, and the decks that are going to be affected, I wanted to present everyone that is watching with a fantastic opportunity. I will be giving away a full Winterveil Wonder Bundle to one of you guys next Tuesday. If you're new to the game and you'd like to get a couple good decks going in, perhaps just increasing your collection, this is a good deal for you. All you have to do in order to participate in that giveaway is to be subscribed to this channel. So you click on that big red button underneath the video, you subscribe to the channel, and you'll become eligible. And then you need to leave a comment down in the comment section letting me know what you think of the nerfs, what you think of a specific card that got nerfed, or how it will affect one of your favorite decks. You know, you just talk about the nerfs in general. I will enter you personally in that draw, so good luck to you. Now, first of all, the most important thing, in my opinion, that has been nerfed is Druid in general. You see, with Wild Growth now being a 3 mana card and Nourish now being a 6 mana card, it is going to be much harder for Druids to ramp out to their big end game, the Ultimate Infestation, the taunt walls, and all of the nonsense that they've been doing for quite a while now. Every single decent Druid deck was currently running those cards, and so Blizzard thought that it would be better to change those so that way they can still have great strategies, like the Druid itself can still have great strategies without taking ridiculous advantage of ramping mana, which I believe was somewhat of a problem. Now, people have been wanting to rotate Wild Growth to Wild as far as the Hall of Fame goes, and I believe that this change is actually better because Wild players will not have to deal with Wild Growth forever. There are now going to be decks that are not going to be running those ramp cards, and perhaps a brand new archetype of Druid could come in and take place. And I believe that it is very, very healthy for the game in general. So these changes, in my opinion, it might upset some of you guys, but I feel like on a scale of everyone that is playing the game, everyone has always said that Druid was broken, and in fact we've seen people calling the game Druid Stone for a while. So Wild Growth and Nourish being nerfed might actually help this situation, and I quite like this. Next, we have something that a lot of players are going to be either very happy or upset about. I'm talking about Level Up. Now, this is the most expensive nerfs of this round of nerfs. You will get, if you disenchant this, 400 dust each, so that is somewhat interesting. Odd Paladin will no longer be able to level up, so you won't be able to abuse your hero power before turn 5 and then just flat out win the game because you had drawn level up. It is no longer to be a thing, and since Odd Paladin has been the most, well, one of the most powerful and played decks since its introduction, removing level up was a fantastic idea from Blizzard's perspective, as, you know, it will still be a very good deck, it just won't be as consistent with damage output. So level up going to even, maybe we'll see an even, I don't think so, maybe we'll see an even Dude Paladin. Let me know what you think, but personally I believe that the changes made to level up will clearly, and I'm super glad about it, clearly affect Odd Paladin, and that is going to be absolutely fantastic for the health of the ladder, which is great. The next card that was changed is something that I have been waiting for a really long time, talking about Serenite Chain Gang. The nerfs is not super obvious. It still's got, no, it's still a 2-mana, a 4-mana 2/3 with taunt. It still summons another Chain Gang, except that it is no longer going to be a copy of itself, which means that hand buff will no longer affect the copy, because it's not a copy anymore, and Shudderwalk will be much harder to pull off, because you cannot get Shudderwalk copies in your hand anymore with Grumble, which is quite interesting. So we might see brand new Shaman decks sprout here and there. I actually really like this change. It was somewhat oppressive to play against even just a zoo that would put a hand buff on this was completely ridiculous sometimes. So having it change is going to be very healthy. Now, was it necessary? I don't believe so. They could have done something a little different, but overall, changing the card for Shudderwalk instead of doing a Shudderwalk rework is still a huge nerf to the most played Shaman deck, and I feel like Blizzard wanted to have some new opportunities for Shaman, so this is a welcome change. And finally, the last nerf, which is definitely my favorite at the moment. You've all seen how every rogue on the ladder at the moment is playing Kingsbane. I can already hear the cries in agony of new players that just crafted their favorite deck. They've seen a couple streamers playing Kingsbane Rogue. Leeching Poison no longer gives lifesteal for the entirety of the game. It is a one turn only, and that will affect the power level of Kingsbane Rogue, which was a deck that had almost no weaknesses in the end game, and Blizzard thought that making it so rogues had less persistent self-healing effect was quite necessary for the health of the game. I don't know what they have in mind for the next few set, but I do believe that it was oppressive in the past 2 weeks, and that they decided that it would be a necessary change, which I do welcome. I have seen the ladder riddle with rogues in the past few days, and I feel like this was somewhat necessary. I do understand there's going to be a ton of you who perhaps just crafted Kingsbane. It will still be a decent weapon, but you will have to play around it somehow and perhaps include less obvious cards in the deck to make sure that you do not die playing that incredible weapon. Overall, all of these nerfs will affect very specific archetypes. As far as Wild Growth and Nourish, it's probably going to be all Druid decks in general, so that reduces the strength of most Druid decks by a bit, which is nice because a lot of people still call the game Druid Stone. Level up will affect odd paladin in an incredible way. So we might see new odd paladins, or we might even see new even paladins that are going to now play level up somehow. Never know, but this sure is going to be interesting. We also have Shudderwalk Shaman that has been affected quite incredibly. Shudderwalk now probably is going to be a no longer, you know, an OTK in itself, but probably a very strong combo card. And I would love to see new shaman archetypes arise. Personally, something with the spirit, like a cascading spell deck or something along those lines would be interesting. And you let me know what you'd prefer down in the comment section. And of course, Rogue completely gutted with the removal of leeching poison. So I believe that we will see less and less Kingsbane decks in the next few days. Probably something that is going to be a little bit more aggressive as far as pirate goes. So we'll see what happens. But overall, this was a pretty strong round of nerfs. And I feel like Blizzard is responding to the community quite well at the moment. That is pretty much it for me today. Thank you everyone for watching. Make sure to subscribe if you want to participate in a Winter Veil Wonder Bundle giveaway. And apart from that, I will see you guys on the ladder. Bye-bye.